I'm sorry, was that last part about what was, I didn't hear that
You
last
have a
part.
warrant for your arrest, Mr. Castillo. You have to come up here. You understand what I'm telling you?
I do understand.
Why didn't you show up? Everybody else went out there and came back. Why didn't you come in here?
Oh, I didn't know I was meant to come to court. I thought this was going to be a Zoom meeting.
A rundown property, months of violations, and a neighborhood that's had enough. Meanwhile, the homeowner keeps showing up with excuses instead of progress. Elio Castillo claims the delays weren't on him, blaming paperwork issues, power outages, and bad weather. But the judge already visited the property, and what he saw told a very different story. Now the energy in the courtroom is shifting fast. This isn't just about a messy yard anymore. When a judge starts pressing with direct questions and mentions a possible warrant, everything changes. And today, Mr. Castillo is about to learn that courtroom patience has limits, and he's just reached them.
Deerfield versus Emilio Castillo. This is file number 2505285. Mr. Castillo, your name?
My name is Emilio Castillo.
Counsel, good morning. Your appearance?
John Capitan, I want to appear on behalf of Deerfield Estates.
So I went out and saw the property this morning, and
Yeah, sure.
at least the exterior of the property. All right. What do you want to say?
Well, you did have the opportunity to go out there and take photographs. Yeah, I hope you saw the dog excrement that was just riddled on his front lawn. I hope that you saw that there's still storage out there. I hope that you also saw all of the issues that my client pointed out in the 30-day.
Give me, John, go grab the phone, will you?
Additionally, well, if I may add one more thing, Your Honor. Additionally, it's my understanding there's no proof that manufacturing home, they're actually bringing in propane tanks. So we can find that out too. And that's not allowed pursuant to the community rules.
I'm sorry, was that last part about what was, I didn't hear that
You
last
have a
part.
warrant for your arrest, Mr. Castillo. You have to come up here. You understand what I'm telling you?
I do understand.
Why didn't you show up? Everybody else went out there and came back. Why didn't you come in here?
Oh, I didn't know I was meant to come to court. I thought this was going to be a Zoom meeting.
Why aren't you picking up the property, sir?
I had picked up the property upon being here, and as I said, at the
Say
other
that
home
again.
with
Wait,
the family.
wait. Upon being here, what do you mean by that?
As we said in the last meeting, my family lives with my mother at the time due to the fact that there is no power here, and I was advised to, I need a letter of residency from the community, as well as my ID and a letter from the mortgage company for DTE to start the process. And I have everything except a letter of residency from them. And I was just advised to remain out of contact until this date, as you know, would be best, as they were not willing to work with me in the beginning. So I was advised to not communicate with them about this. But upon everything, if I'm able to get that letter of residency, I can have the power on within 30 days. Their original request was 6 days. I had contacted DTE. They said that is not possible due to the fact that they do have to ensure that I am both the owner of the home and the owner of the lease, and it will take up to 30 days. Because
You
then
still don't
after,
have the outside picked up.
I got most of everything picked up. The rest of the stuff I can get done this weekend. The excrement is
I think
from
I
when the
remember
dog.
them telling me that you were told or asked to do this back in October. Is that true or false?
That's true. We had that conversation.
Oh, this
Your
is
Honor.
March.
Yes, Your Honor. We had that conversation.
This is the
and,
middle of March.
Yes, I have most everything done. The
Well,
only thing
I know,
don't
but you
have.
should have done it in a day. You were here on January the 27th.
Yes.
Anybody listening to this would have known you have to have that done.
Yes, I have
And
90%
you did
of
not
everything
have
done.
it done. That is a period of about 5 weeks we're talking about here. You could have had that done in an hour.
I just didn't
Assuming
have. I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear excuses from you. How much equity do you have in that home?
Without repairs, anything sold as is, it would be about $13,000.
Boy, you got a lot of money there.
Well,
You got
And
a
I
lot
have-
of money if you have $13,000 in equity and you're rolling the dice like you're playing roulette or something by not picking up the property. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You got bikes stacked back there. I can't honestly say I saw the dog excrement, as you said, but I can tell you that the deck has items that ought not be out there. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, those are just toys that blew out of that chest and some knocked over pots
Blew
from
out of the chest. Blew out of the chest? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're small, light toys. It's little empty, like balls.
Counsel, Your Honor, this has been going on since July. I mean,
I
seriously, since July. We went to court in January. I thought, we're looking at 2 more months. You would think that he would have cleaned everything up. He doesn't care. He doesn't really care about community rules. This has been going on for a long time. I asked the court to terminate the tenancy. You may have equity in the home, but he should have thought about that months ago. And you know how many violations? You only have 3 violations. This should have never gone before Your Honor.
Okay, but wait a second.
Yes.
Now the real question takes center stage. Why should an entire community suffer because of one person's neglect? In cases like this, judges aren't just weighing excuses. They're looking at what's fair for everyone. And the moment the focus shifts to protecting the neighborhood, those excuses start to carry a lot less weight.
Why should the community suffer because of him?
Wait a minute. Slow down. Mr. Castillo, you're making life difficult for yourself. If you truly have 13,000, and I told my court officer to tell you not to talk to me because I can't engage in conversations out there. You still managed to tell me you were gone yesterday, which is only one day out of the last 37 or whatever it is since you were last in court. I don't know what you're doing. You didn't want to let me in. I didn't want to walk in, to tell you the truth. I have this funny feeling I would not have wanted to go in there when you made sure the door was closed. And that's your business, I suppose, what goes on in the interior. But if you want to be a hoarder, you're going to have to find another place to go, sir.
Oh, I'm not a hoarder. I was just advised because nothing from the inside was ever questioned because I don't rent the home from the community. I rent the lot. And I understand the exterior definitely needed to be better picked up. But weather permitting, some of the windy nights and all that stuff.
I thought it was only since October. He's telling me it was since July they've been asking you to pick it up.
That was just the grass. The rest
That
of the
was
stuff,
just the grass, that you weren't
Yeah,
cutting the grass?
because I was
What
between
about
2
all
to 3
those
jobs.
bikes in the side of the yard there?
I'm trying to organize my shed to get those in there. I've got a lot of stuff in there. I'm trying to move things over to get those bikes in there. One of them is actually active. The one that you saw, the blue one, that's
There's
actually
nothing
mine.
wrong. There's nothing wrong.
May I tell the court what the July violation is for?
Go ahead.
Violation.
You know you're not going to win this, right? I'm not going to kick them out.
Well, what is it going to take, Your Honor? Seriously.
You can appeal me if you want.
Well,
I'm giving him 1 week to clean it up. I'm going out and looking. You don't have to look. If it's anywhere near that, I don't care if we have tornadoes between now and next Monday. If you don't have the stuff cleaned up, I'm talking about the scooter, the bikes, everything on the deck, I'm going to issue an order of eviction. Do we understand one another? I'm going to issue the judgment and then the order of eviction. Do we understand one another, Mr. Castillo?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
And
May I
that
know-
is, you have 1 more week. Do we understand one another?
Yes, Your Honor. May
I
I
don't
note
want to
that
hear that you were busy, that you were working, that something
No.
happened. I
The
don't
mo-
want to hear any more of that.
No,
Yeah,
the
you
moped
got a heart.
is
I'm
my
not gonna-
actual.
This is $13,000 still, which is probably like $1 million to you. You know what I mean?
I know that, Your Honor.
And I don't mean to be a wise guy about it. You get what I'm saying?
But I also need to understand the community here. Now, watch, you've driven through there. It's a nice community.
I don't disagree.
And you know, when you have someone who doesn't care about community rules and regulations, well, either that can, you know, fester onto others.
I know.
That destroyed.
Mr. Castillo, you're playing with fire. March 23 at what time, Jen? You just got to grow up. How old are you, Mr. Castillo?
I'm 37, sir.
Well, it's time to grow up. I can't believe you'd want that, and you're just playing with fire. Are you anti-establishment? You don't want to do what anybody tells you have to do? By the way, I expect you to drive up here and take care of this warrant that you have. Do we understand one another?
I understand, Your Honor.
Today. And if somehow, some way I decide to lock you up and you can't post the bond, I expect that property still to be spotless when I come back on next week. What time we doing this, Jen?
Judge, if you're going back out next Monday, do you want to do it first thing in the morning or?
I got to get it. And we'll do it at 8:45. How's that? I'm going to come and look at the property. You don't even have to be there. If you don't want to come, you don't have to come. I'm going to go take a couple pictures. I'll be there sometime around 8:15. Will you remind me of that, please? 8:15.
So March
Okay.
23rd, 8:15, and then do you want to do 8:45 here?
8:45 will be it. And I want this in person, Mr. Castillo. You're coming up here today and you're going to be here in person next week. Time to grow up. I've given you multiple chances. I can't believe you didn't have that done. I really can't.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little confused
Sorry.
on the last note with I'm going to be you want me to show up there today? I want to
Yeah,
just be
got
clear.
a warrant.
Okay, no, absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Unless you want me to call the police department and have them come pick you up. That'll make it a lot worse.
No, I was just
Well, then
curious.
drive up here. I expect you here by 10 o'clock. And you get that taken care of today, and you be in court in person next week at 8:45. That's next Monday, March the 23rd. And just let me let you know a secret. Allen Road will not be open. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
By the end of the hearing, the judge leaves no room for doubt. This isn't about bikes, toys, or overgrown grass anymore. It's about responsibility. Castillo is given one final week to fix everything or face eviction, even with thousands in equity at risk. So here's the real question. Was the judge fair in offering one last chance? Or has the defendant already pushed his luck too far? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.